to Trev's Garden. Today I've got a little job. I'm going to be making a runner bean wigwam. Doesn't that sound cool? Oh my god, I love it. Oh, I'm having a few camera issues today. Right, what have we got here? Let's have a look. So I made a little wigwam probably a couple of weeks ago for my beans, but unfortunately the beans failed, and we only had 2 beans. Gotta say, I was absolutely gutted that the beans failed, because I had some plants that had done in a greenhouse and then they were in a cold frame, just so they hardened off a little bit. It wasn't such a shock to come into the garden, and they were really healthy. But it just shows, like, when you go from one environment to another one, you know, plants really don't like it. So you can see this guy here, look, he's a bean. He's a bean. I don't know where he's a bean. Sorry, here I got the camera wrong. He's a bean. He's a little bean there. He's surviving, and he's a bean, and he's just surviving. And actually, when you think about it, these bean plants are going to grow, and they're going to climb right up these canes, and they're going to give us a lot of beans, and we're going to pick the beans, and then they're going to produce more and more beans. So even out of these 2 plants, I think I'm still going to get really good. I'm just having a little play, and this is what I encourage you to do. Just have a little play. So I've got this is some old buddleia that I cut down. It's quite good. I've got some bamboo canes. I've got this lovely willow that I had lying around. You see, like, basically you've got a structure. I'm going to put it on that plinth there. But then what I'm going to do is get this green tie and just tie it where it intersects, over here and here and here and here, and then tie it here as well where the crosses are. And oh, I think we're short of a strand there. Well, that's okay. But yeah, something like this, you want to tie it fairly high up like that, so you get like a triangle structure going all the way down. The earth is concerned, what I want to do is just get this as fine as possible, and the best way that I find, I mean, you can rake it if it's quite a big area, but it's just crumble the top of the surface like that. Just get all the big lumps out, crumble all those lumps out, and then you get this really fine sort of tilth of soil. And beans, they produce their own nitrogen, so you don't have to have a lot of fertilizer, you don't have to have a lot of compost. They're gonna get that out of the air. That's how they do that. But what you do want is just a little bit of a fine layer. So you're just prepping the ground where I'm going to put my bean plants. I'm going to put my bean plants obviously at the bottom of the main stakes. One there, one there. I've got 20 plants that I need to pot out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, and maybe a few spotted around. But you know, gardening is not about following the rules completely. You can improvise, you can be creative, and I implore you to you know, encourage you to make your own construction that you think is really fun and really nice. Right, it took me a while, but this is what I came up with. So with all the bits of broken cane that I had, I just, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be a special knot or anything. Just wind it round, make sure it's secure, got a little bit of steadiness there. I mean, I might even sort of reinforce it, but pretty cool. Had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you make a lot of fun making your bamboo canes as well. And now we're going to get on to planting the beans. So this is the bit that I really like. It's the mindful bit, okay? It's actually, it's going from where your mind is fixed on a goal and achieving something to just being in the moment, being present. And as you can hear, my sister's in the background playing house music, my niece is laughing, but I'm really present with this soil that I've got in my hand. And what I want to do is I want to make a really fine tilth. So I'm literally just going to take it and crumble it until it becomes really fine. I want it to be free of stones. So I've got an objective, but I'm also just really enjoying. See what I do with my hands? I do this, I sort of smooth it out, looking for any bumps. And this can be a really mindful activity. This can be something, you know, it's just creating this lovely patch ready for growth and germination and nurturing. You know, it's about nurturing this patch of ground. That's really what I'm doing. Okay, I've made a few alterations and this is the end result. Basic thing is, as long as you've got like a cross bit, and then what I put in afterwards as an afterthought was another piece of stick, just to actually make it look nice. And then my sister came and looked at it and she said it's a work of art. And you know, quite honestly, maybe that's what gardening is, a work of art. Green beans, they like a little bit of moisture in the ground. I've had a look at the ground and it's a little bit dry. So this is my favourite part of the day as well. And this can be like a really mindful experience as well. Quite fun, quite calming. This is setting, I've got it on rain, so it simulates like rain. So you just a gentle rain shower. And just get a nice soaking in that bed ready. And then what I'm going to do is cover it with plastic just to keep the heat in. So overnight it's nice and warm, and then when the plants go in, it's not so much of a shock. Wonderful, love it. So relaxing hosting the garden. Hey everybody, it's Trevor. I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm going to make some more. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and if you want to support me with a little donation or purchase the products, then follow the links